Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Here's part two of a video I started earlier about relearning about your Filipina after marriage. We're always concerned about wanting to know as much as we need to be. I wouldn't try to learn all you can because that would take years. Learn what you need to be to get married. And then when you're together after the visa wait, or maybe you go to the Philippines and you get married there and you stay there, when you're living under the same roof, when there's no safety net, then you can really start learning about each other. And last time we talked about, the new country, how she reacts to a new country, what you learn about her, about, her commitment level, what she learns, you learn about her with how she deals with you. And it goes both ways, of course. She'll have different expectations. How does she respond to that in your country? Homesickness, how she reacts to missing family. Now, today I want to talk about, finances. I mean, the whole currency is different. That's something she'll have to get used to. The costs of everything is a lot more expensive. And it's going to take her a while to get all that in her mind so that when she sees something, she knows if it's a fair price or not. But finances, how's she going to handle finances? She'll just have to sit back and learn. My wife has, credit cards. I gave her credit cards. The only way you can learn how to deal with credit cards is have credit cards. She's got a checking account, some credit cards. She needs to learn about things need to be paid on time, every time. How to be responsible with money so she's not spending more than she's getting. Is she going to work? That's a financial aspect. What is she going to do with her money? How much is going to go back home? Some of it is absolutely guaranteed, no doubt about that. She'll want some independence probably, so she'll probably want to work so she can say, this is money I earned, I want to do something with it. Yes, we're married. Yes, it's our money. But look, she wants certain things that all women want to have, and that's fine if she's working. But that's a financial thing. How does she react to working in America? Time will tell. That's something you'll have to learn. Is she going to be good with money or not? You have to be patient. I said that before. You have to be patient with all these things. For example, the family's not eating together. Families are smaller. That's going to be new for her. She's used to probably eating, at least twice a day with her family, everybody getting together. And, well, it's not quite like that here in America when you pretty much scatter. I wish families would, eat together and couples would eat together, but sometimes it isn't even possible. We'll talk about that when we talk about the Western grind of life. But how does she deal with not, eating with her family and being around her family? There's social media, yes, but she knows full well after getting off those flights how far away she is. And so she'll want to spend a lot of time with her family on social media. That's something you have to be patient with. She's going to have to learn how not to overdo it. So you'll be learning about that. That's just not going to be easy. Try to spend as much time with her as you can. The Western grind, my wife works full-time and then she volunteers on the weekends because you get paid 50% more. She's also going to school, basically full-time. It's almost full-time. She spends about 6 hours a day studying. We have another year of that. I got to be supportive of her getting that degree. I think would help her in the workforce, and she has plans there. She's always wanted to learn things, so I need to encourage that. I already knew that, but now I have to see how she handles all that and still be supportive. And of course, she also is learning about her husband, as we mentioned the last time. But Western life, it can be a lot of work and not as much fun as in the Philippines. You'll have to observe how she learns to deal with that big difference. Also, really any new circumstance to her is going to be a learning experience. Can't even really list them all here in one video. Then there is concern many guys have. Is she going to be Americanized if she comes to America? Westernized? Is she going to pick up bad habits from other women? Is she going to listen to other people tell her she made a mistake when she married an older Westerner? She could have done better. How old is your husband? What does he do? You know, my wife doesn't even like to answer any of those questions. She thinks it's nobody's business. But people will be nosy. You have to hope she has a good head on her shoulders, and you have to kind of prepare her for what she's getting into in your country. Try to keep her from the wrong people. Try to find good people to influence her properly so she isn't westernized or Americanized, but you can't lock her up and keep her inside. She's going to have to be exposed to other people. If she's working, if she's driving, anytime she has independence, you know, there's a chance, well, you'll have to learn how she handles that. That's just life, you know. She learns how to drive, well, you know, that's a little bit risky. I mean, as a husband, you're thinking, boy, if she never drove before, how's that going to be? And, you know, I hope you don't have that controlling aspect about you, because she's not going to learn and grow or appreciate living in your country if you control her. So give her the benefit of the doubt and be patient with her. You'll learn some things about this. Be patient. You know, marriage is a marathon, not a sprint. So, and I'm sure there's some other areas. Let me know what you think about this. When you marry someone, I think it's more difficult, more challenging than just dating them, especially from thousands of miles away. That's when it gets interesting. That's when it gets more challenging. What are your experiences with bringing a woman over to another country and kind of relearning about her? Was that easier or harder than you expected? Those are the things that I've been talking about here in this two-part series on relearning about your Filipina. So the learning process always resumes after finding love beyond the sea.